Hi friends and fellow Earth Angels, it's Gladys, and welcome back to another one of my weekly Sunday card readings. And this spread will start by covering February 7th to the 13th, or whenever you're guided to watch, as I always intend these to be timeless readings, meaning whenever this video shows up in your feed, that is the time the messages are meant for you. So welcome. I do have to apologize in advance. I don't know how this video is going to unfold, but I have these gorgeous yellow lilies opening up in my living room. I bought a bouquet of flowers a few weeks ago and they're finally opening up, and I think they're aggravating my allergies, which is not uncommon for sensitive Cancer energies. So I do have a cough drop here and I do have some water throughout. So I'm going to call on the Archangel Raphael to assist me and my sinuses through this video. So we have a big week coming up. We'll have the new moon in Aquarius on February 11th. February 11th. 11 is a new beginnings number. It's a keep your thoughts positive, focus on that which you want, your desires. Aquarius is about, we're in this age of Aquarius. Aquarius is about the freedom, right? And so we're making changes, or we're starting to set intentions about making changes this year and actively making the adjustments to better ourselves, to nourish ourselves, our bodies, spiritually feeding ourselves, of course, mentally, emotionally, physically making adjustments to feel better within your physical body. There was a lot of energy last year focused on the divine feminine energy. So on February 12th, we will have the Lunar New Year, or the Chinese New Year, and that will mark the year of the ox. So the ox is considered yang energy, which is masculine energy. And it makes sense, of course, with coming into alignment with the 5-year that we're in, with the 2021 numbers equaling 5, which is all about transformation and change, looking at things from different perspectives, breaking cycles, making adjustments. So there's a lot of action energy, I feel. Aquarius, of course, is in the mental mind, forward thinking. Aquariuses tend to be ahead of their time. They have like a thirst for knowledge, right? And acquire information. So you might be drawn to learn new things. Maybe you want to learn more about the year of the ox, or maybe you want to learn more about the moon cycles. And of course, the new moon is a time to set intentions. It's a powerful, magical energy. So maybe this week, looking at how you're feeling trapped or stuck or claustrophobic in some areas of your life, and then praying and meditating around the time of the new moon about how to break free from those cycles, patterns, and rhythms that are no longer serving you. And for me, my guideline in that is anything that makes me anything where I'm feeling powerless to something, where I feel out of control, that something has a hold on me. That's where I start praying. Like, okay, I'm feeling like this is out of my control and it's making me anxious. It could be things that are happening in the world, within your family dynamics, or within your physical body. If we're at the mercy of something or someone and we're feeling trapped, how can you pull back this week and ask the energy of the moon to support you and download you with wisdom and information on how to take action to break free? Now, divine wisdom will never, ever, ever will never ever encourage you to hurt someone else or attack or be mean to, or divine wisdom and divine downloads never come and create more drama or upheaval. So, I always say Archangel Michael is a really great angel to call on to sit down and ask him to surround and protect you so that the messages are being filtered in love. Of course, you can call on Mother Mary or Kuan Yin or Mother Teresa, that maternal energy, of course, around the moon to support you. So you're in a space of love as you're opening up to receive divine insight and wisdom. All right, so that's my message in the beginning. So I'm continuing my theme of love this month. My favorite month is February. I love all things love. So I am going to gift you this week with loving animal medicine. So I chose the Archangel Animal Oracles to pull a guide for you this week. And then I will get into what you're being gifted this week with the Sacred Earth Oracle. We'll get additional messages from Nature's Whispers, emotional support with the Whispers of the Ocean, and then we'll finish up. This is a brand new deck I got that I absolutely love called Divine Abundance. So blessing you with an overall message of abundance and support this week. So all the card decks I'm using will be in the description box below. And let me open space and begin. So I'm going to invite in all your guardian angels and guides, the archangels, the ascended masters, the divine mother and father, and all their holy beings of light that would like to assist with this guidance for you this week. And I'm going to ask that the messages that come through be for your best and highest good and the best and highest good of all concerned. All right, so I'm going to specifically connect with the animal kingdom. Holds a vibration of unconditional love all on its own. Okay, so let's see here. Let me just make some space for myself. What is the most important? Whoop! Well, that was fast. Of course. Of course. Love, love, love. We have a dove energy coming in this week, and the message says, spread messages of peace and harmony. So here it is. Let me see. Holy Spirit energy. And it's interesting because both the shining a light in the heart chakra. So here, so eons ago, the doves were used as messengers to deliver messages, and that people used to write messages down on little paper and tie them to the bird, and the dove would transport the messages. So maybe some of you this week will receive messages from the Holy Spirit, messages of love. And I'm really being called to shine a light on practicing discernment. When you're receiving messages and guidance, is it coming from a place of lack, desperation, exhaustion, feeling trapped and you need to force something or do something? Or is it coming from the pull of the heart, the excitement, the passionate energy? Now, of course, neither is wrong or right, good or bad, positive or negative. But if you want transformation and change to be stable for a long period of time, and if you want to manifest from the heart, you want to manifest from the feeling and the emotion of excitement and joy and happiness and peace and harmony. When we start to go into the space of desperation, which, friends, I'm telling you this from experience, I've done this unknowingly for many years. When we try to manifest or create something from that place of desperation or feeling stuck or feeling trapped, what happens is you may manifest a change. You may manifest a partnership or another job, or you might manifest a certain amount of money, or you might manifest some peace, but it will only be for a little while because you're creating from that mental mind, right? This is why all last year, all the readings I talked about was dropping into your physical body and working on the inner work, the shadow work, clearing out, understanding the ego and how to transform that vibration, understanding fear and what it feels like, and being able to transform that energy. That's a big part of the work that I do with clients is we take these experiences they're having and learn how to empower yourself with it. That's why I say getting those low vibrational thoughts and feelings, they're not bad. They're a navigator. It's just, I know how overwhelming and uncomfortable it can be, and how we want to react instead of act. So I feel like the dove energy is coming to you this week to bring you unconditional love and support if you're going through a hard time. I also feel there are a lot of healers and teachers and preachers and pastors, and there's a lot of people who are going to be activated in the throat chakra to communicate, to share your messages of love and hope and inspiration. You're going to share the wisdom that you learned to support others. I think one of the best qualities about, me is as a 3 life path, I'm a storyteller. Nonfiction, of course, right? So I share stories based on the experiences I've had, and I feel like that connects people. When I'm watching other people that I match on YouTube or podcasts and they're telling their stories and I resonate with that, I feel like they're my people. I feel connected. Earth angels can feel very different, can feel very misunderstood, can really get confused with insecurities and wanting to fit in, but feeling rejected and not knowing what is right for them. And there's been a lot of separation of that. So as you begin to start integrate into communities and shifting your vibe into connecting with quote unquote your people, whomever that is, we're here for this planet to share love, be love, and experience love in all facets. So I can't say how beautiful enough this dove medicine coming in this week. Of course, the sun is shining. The sun is the giver of life on the planet, right? Everything revolves around the sun. I usually connect the symbol of the sun with Creator and the symbolism of Earth with the Divine Mother, and there's perfect harmony in that. Of course, you can also connect that energy to the moon, right? The 2 luminaries of the sky, the sun and the moon, the divine masculine and the divine feminine. So there's a lot of this balance that's playing out. There's a lot of this, I almost feel like you might be feeling dizzy or this equilibrium being off, especially because we're also in Mercury retrograde, right? So this is a week to really ponder, reflect, ask the questions, but also, as I always say, give space for the answers. Sit, pause, and listen. And that's how you strengthen your intuition and you start knowing the differences between the egoic impulse to react to something or that soul spiritual part of you to act, like take inspired action, and knowing when that divine timing is. All right, so let me get additional messages. So spread messages of peace and harmony. Love, love, love. And, I'm seeing some people being like really like you'll be really experiencing that this week. Okay, is this peace and harmony or is this reactionary? And, and when we make mistakes and that energy gets the best of us, because it will, because we're human and you're learning and you're growing, when that happens to me, I just kind of sit with Jesus or I sit with God and say, oh, I know I didn't respond to that in my most highest good. I'm like, please forgive me. And then I go into forgiving myself. And then I sit with it for a moment. How could I have responded? What was going on in my body? How could I feel? How did I feel? How can I recognize that? Not in a place of shame or blame, but inquiry so that I have peace and harmony for longer periods of time. All right, so what is being gifted to you this week from the doves? The dove energy, the Holy Spirit energy, the messenger energy. What is being gifted to you this week? Renewal. I love it. That energy feels so nurturing. Let me hold the card up here. So I'm seeing this energy here vibrating again. You see the similarities in the energies. Heart chakra lighting up from the inside out. It's interesting because I had two different candles. I had the candle that I usually have, and then I grabbed a purple candle that's like this. And I was like, no, that doesn't feel right. And then I went and grabbed the white one, and the way it sat in the camera was like perfect. So we're igniting purity, we're igniting purification, we're igniting, like I said, that unconditional love on the planet, which is also renewal. When I think about renewal, I think about spring coming. I think about coming alive again. So maybe earth angels have been feeling like the well is dry. You don't have it in you. You're exhausted. And you're being gifted with renewal. Maybe it's old ideas, old thought patterns. Like I said, we talked in the beginning about old cycles and becoming awakened to them or aware of them. And I'll tell you, friends, they can be uncomfortable and they can be annoying and they can be weird and aggravating. But when you can dig into it, when you can face it with courage and strength, I'm telling you, there's so much wisdom. You're everyone who's watching this video, everyone who's on this channel, you're magical, you're energy alchemists, right? And like I said, the world is going to want to pull at you. The 3D world is going to want you to utilize that energy to serve it. But now earth angels are learning to kind of pull back and create magic in their own lives, because that's the miracle. When people are watching you and they've seen you go through hard times and struggles, and they're watching how you're changing and you're growing and you're sharing and you're speaking from the heart, it's going to inspire other people to want to walk through the desert, to want to go through the valley, right? To continue to move. Everybody has to have their own experiences, right? We can't fix people anymore, save them, change them, make them better. And earth angels are notorious for getting into those karmic paradigms because it comes from a place of love. So what needs to be renewed this week? This is weird, but it makes me think of AAA. So every year for Christmas, my mom gifts my brother and I with a renewal membership of AAA. And I mean, I have a great car and I haven't really had to use it in years, but I feel like I'm just grateful to have it. It's kind of like that security. Like I don't necessarily need it all the time, but it's there. So it's like I've set myself up for success. And how beautiful that, it's gifted to me from the mother, the maternal, the nurturing energy, right? So what needs to be renewed within you for safety, for security, for support, for love, for revitalization, for nourishment? I think about when a renewal comes up of something, like when I have to, let's say, renew my insurance every year. I'm blessed to have an agent who for I don't know, God, it's been like 15 years maybe, who stays on track with the rates and what's going on. And instead of just auto renewing, we kind of discuss it and we talk about what's going on in the industry and, my age and things, that can affect my insurance. And, and this is like also too with business insurance, or it's car insurance, or it's, for me, renter's insurance. So, it's just, we're getting into this space of creating extra support for ourselves, even though we may or may not need it. The value of the security and stability of it being there. And it's not coming from a doom or gloom place. It's coming from, for me, it feels like a social responsibility. I'm setting myself up for success. So in turn, I don't have to think about it. I don't have to worry about it. It's there if I need it. And if not, great. So think about what needs to be renewed this week. Think about maybe there are other options. It just feels like maybe some of you have insurance that's coming up, or maybe you have mortgage insurance, or I don't know why it just keeps saying insurance, but maybe there's something coming up for you, a subscription or something. And maybe this is a message for some of you to really look at it. Are you getting the best out of it? Could you be saving money? Could you utilize that in another way? Is there other opportunities? It's almost like kind of look at where your energy is going out and ask yourself, do you want to renew the subscription to this? Are you utilizing it? Are you getting benefit from it? If it is lighting you up, or do you want to release it and look for alternative options? So obviously it's a general reading and that might not apply to everybody, but for some reason that came up. And again, for me, it almost feels from a place of feeling secure and safe and taken care of. Savings is there. I don't want to say just in case. Savings is there for support and stability. There's an empowerment to that, right? When that energy is there, whether it's an energy, savings of money, savings of karmic energy with friendships, or maybe you've done some really good energy that's kind of in the bank. So when you're manifesting, when you have that good karma and your energy comes into alignment, boom, that's where the manifestation falls in your lap, right? If we're serving from ego or power and greed, and again, I'm not talking about the Wall Street beast. Sometimes that can be, it's not all bad. But I'm talking about that part of us that reacts out of fear and we want to hold on to. Kind of makes me think about the toilet paper stuff that was going on last year when the pandemic started, right? There's a lot of fear and there's a lot of hoarding. And again, I understand it, but is it the best way for us to utilize our energy? And, Earth angels tend to be the ones that want to share, that want to make sure everyone's taken care of. Hey, I'm taken care of. I've got plenty of toilet paper, and I'm going to make sure you have plenty of toilet paper. And that's just an example because I think it's something we can all remember from that experience when everything started to shut down last March, April. Anyway. So what can be renewed and what can be expired? Old thinking, old ways of doing things. I feel like this is a week of contemplation. All right, let's see here. I'm going to switch it up a little bit and I'm going to go into the emotional energy. How can the dove animal medicine support you in your emotional energy this week? What do you need to know? The emotional body, emotional support. February 7th to the 13th. Okay. Ooh, gliding through the currents. Number 4. 4 is about foundations. 4 is also about partnerships. So it says gliding through currents. It says with a different approach, here we are, you will glide through a situation with grace and ease. Going inward and bringing your understanding, perspective, or behavior into flow will help your dreams take flight. I mean, this is exactly, it's kind of just reinforcing the messages of cycles and rhythms and our approach to things and the way we've been doing things. It's kind of like the madness of, man, I keep doing this, expecting different results. So let's see here. I'm feeling partnerships are also coming up, like I said, with the 4. Foundation. This may be a week, if you are in a partnership, or if you've having some disagreements or challenges with family members, being able to make peace with it, making adjustments, being able to see and look at things in other ways. Now, here's the thing. This isn't a message that's saying go make amends with somebody that you know isn't in that space to make amends in a mature and healthy way. So you can make amends with people on a soul level. You can talk to their soul, the wisdom of their heart. You can talk to their spirit guides. And I'm feeling like this may be the week to make amends. Or if you've been extra busy at work and your time and energy's been all over, and there are children in your life or grandparents in your life or siblings or parents or partners in your life that need attention or it needs a renewal or a revival, this may be the week to do that. To activate that energy of love. Like I said, this doesn't mean if you've been trying to patch things up with somebody for a long time and you keep getting hurt and they're not in the place to shift. This is not, I'm not saying go try again. I'm saying, how can you make amends and forgiveness and create that forgiveness in your heart? How can you release that energy? You'd be amazed at how when you release energy, things take a turn, right? I feel like this is what it's saying. It's like, how can you look at things the other way? If you keep saying, I'm trying, I'm hearing, stop trying, right? It means kind of pull back and say like, I am, let me see here. Stop trying, putting that energy of trying, because it feels, just that word alone seems like trying to open a door with a key that doesn't match the lock. It's like, I'm trying to open it. I'm trying so hard to do this, but yet the key that you have will never open that lock. So I hope that made sense. So what do you keep trying to work at that, maybe in a figurative way, you have the wrong key, and maybe it's calling on the divine to help you shift and approach it in a different way. Maybe you need to call a locksmith, right? Maybe you need to look at it. Maybe you need to go look elsewhere. And a lot of times that's books. It might be YouTube videos. It might be online courses. Where do you feel like I'm trying so hard and it's not working out, or I'm not reaping the benefits and it's so hard? Time out on that energy immediately, because again, that's the spot where you're going to start manifesting from the mind, and you might create some relief. Maybe it will be maybe it's clients or an influx of money in some way, but it'll only be temporary. So I'm feeling go deeper this week. Again, let me look at this again here. With a different approach. You will glide through a situation with grace and ease. Okay, so paying attention to the energy. I feel like I'm forcing them, trying so hard it's not working out. That means it's almost like running in the water. You're going against the resistance, right? You're feeling the resistance, and that's going to energetically tire you out more. And what will happen is you'll attract people who will totally take advantage of that energy. Not anything on them, but it's allowed, right? And we're not talking about like victim energy here. That's not so again, if we're feeling like the victim this week, really kind of pull back from that energy and seeing, okay, what within me vibrates to that energy. Curiosity, looking at it with curiosity and compassion. That's what my spiritual mentor, my teacher, my therapist, my guide always tells me, right? When I go into that victim-y place, like, wow, what about me? It's not fair. My inner child, gets activated. And so I have to kind of pull back and just saying, okay, guides, all right, angels, all right, the Divine Mother, show me what part of me matches that, or why is that aggravating me, especially now because we're in Mercury retrograde. So pay attention to how you're feeling this week. And then, like I said, when you feel good, when you're in that place of love, always acknowledge in the physical body, ground it to the earth, let it radiate from your heart, more of this or something even better. Okay, so additional messages from Nature's Whispers. So this overall, what message from Nature's Whispers can tie it all together? Is there an additional message that we want to add to this message here? These messages that are coming out. No, that's too many. Let's see. Awkward here. I moved my light. It's better lighting, but a little less space for me here. So there's 2. I love this deck. Make a Wish. Card number 1. I love it. So this is phenomenal energy around February 11th. Here we have the 1, right? 1 is new beginnings. Keep your thoughts positive. Focus on that which you want more of. So I feel like this is encouraging you to set intentions if you want to feel a certain way. You know, when I'm feeling supported, or I'm feeling loved, or I'm feeling at peace, I'm feeling, I don't know, joyful. I notice what that feeling is in my body, and I'll say more of this or something even better. That's my wish, right? When I'm experiencing something, let's say I'm enjoying, I've been cooking a lot. I'm repairing my relationship with food. Of course, as a Cancer energy, Cancer is all about food and nurturing and comfort. So for me personally, I'm repairing and renewing my relationship with food that's been so damaged for many, many, many years. So, you know, when I'm enjoying that whatever it is that I've cooked or made or created in a healthy way, and it's just nourishing my body and I feel good, I'm like, more of this or something even better. So you don't always have to just sit down and write a list. You can be present within your body and feel all the feels. Now, when you do that, remember, anything that needs to come up and out will come up and out. Discomfort, disorder, disarray, confusion, aggravation. It's only temporary, right? And when you can sit with that and allow it to revitalize your system, it will transform the energy in your body. You know, you think about the lower back or you think about the lower back. So some of you have got lower back issues. It's that constant fear mode, that fight or flight mode. What happened? Something came up for me. I forget what it was, but it created like a zing of fear in my body. So I pay for extra storage through Apple, through my iPhone, and I got the notification that the charge was made, and I've never read the receipt or the email. Like, I just know it's every month and it's no big deal. Well, this time, the way it was worded, I read it and I felt like there was like a huge charge. Before I opened it, I got that panic of fear, like, oh my God, something was charged to my account, because it just seemed like a large amount or something like that. 50 gigs or something like that. And I just never read it before, and it like zinged me with that fear. And then afterwards, and when I opened it, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm fine. I had to sit with that and saying, okay, we're fine, you know. And I had to kind of work through the financial stuff, because financially I'm supported, I'm stable, I'm okay. It was an illusion of fear and lack, because in reality I'm not in that space. Gratefully, thank God, I've done a lot of work on that. And so I gave myself that minute or two to soothe that part of me, because my lower back started to get aggravated, right? Survival, support, stability, security, the root chakra, the sacral chakra. And so I had to kind of sit with that energy for a minute and allow it to cycle out and give it permission to move, right? To process. And then I remembered in the reality, like, see, pat myself on the back. I'm doing a good job. This feels good. It's an illusion of fear. So this is what I mean about when these things happen and we have these experiences and we set these intentions. Energetically, the universe is going to show us where we need to do the work to get to that point, to get to that wish, to get to that desire. So it will require some effort, some action in some way, which is all about the 5-year. So the other card that came out is Celebrate Differences. So, and it's no coincidence, it says, with a different approach, celebrate differences. So, this might be a totally different message for somebody else, but it's the message I'm getting is, how do I put it? Is your nose, God, is your nose somewhere it doesn't belong? Where are you sticking your nose into? It could be other people's lives. It could be other people's businesses. It could be judgments. And again, we all go through this. It's human. But how can you look at these things? Notice how it makes you feel in your body, because it's going to activate, it's going to feed the ego, right? And I think with the astrology, it's almost like we're breaking down these egoic patterns and becoming aware of it. That's why I say, for me, I'm like, bring it on. Show me. I've got the tools. I've got the skills. I'm ready to sling my sword and slay the beasts, right? Because what I can do is then I can take that energy and I can transform it, and it's magical and it's freeing and it's exciting. But this is where the shadow work or the inner work, I mean, I cannot say it enough, getting into some type of spiritual based therapy, working with, I myself work with quite a few therapists who are now bridging their science-based psychology and integrating and bridging into psycho-spiritual work and helping people to get into the psyche and shadow work. Really, I cannot recommend it enough. I certainly have my mentors and my guides, and even though I know, I also know I don't know anything. So just when I think I know, guess what? The universe flips the script. So it's always great to have an outside mutual support that's in alignment with your belief systems, that's in alignment with your philosophies and what feels right for you. And really, I found mine by doing a search, and my heart literally burst, and I was like, she's it. That's the one. And I've been working with, one specifically for a few years now. And then, there's another one, a spiritual mentor that I work with here and there when I need to go deep digger into energy work and stuff. And, you'll be guided, right? You'll be guided. The universe, and especially the Holy Spirit, the messengers, right? So maybe some of you are needing some extra support. And if you're, I don't know if meddling is the right word. I don't want to come across like it's a bad thing, but sometimes lower vibrations can distract us. We can feel like we're doing good or the right thing, or we're poking our nose into something, and sometimes it's not necessarily our place. And that's that part of practicing discernment, right? And then being able to look at people's differences and their approaches, and kind of opening up the heart. Remember, we have 7.5 billion people on this planet, and every single person on this planet is different. Let's embrace that for a moment. Let's think about that. We have billions of people on this planet, and not one is the same. Even, I think it's fraternal twins. Fraternal twins, they come from the same egg. I think it's paternal that comes from two different eggs. I think fraternal is, I might have that backwards, comes from the same egg. Even identical twins have their differences. Even these human babies that come into the world that are labeled, quote unquote, the same, have unique differences and characteristics in this world. So let's sit with that for a second. Why is it that we persecute, or why is it that we look at differences as something that's good, bad, right, wrong, positive, or negative? And Earth Angels, this is your message. You've come here to be the embodiment of love and accepting everybody's differences. And remember, because we grew up feeling different, feeling like the outcast, right? We've got the gypsy souls, we're black sheep, nobody understands us, right? So we've come to this planet to embrace our uniqueness, our differences, and show the world that there's blessings in tapping into our own wisdom and our own gifts and our own knowledge and wisdom, especially in a world, especially in this 3D world that thrives on everybody and everything looking the same, being the same, acting the same, right? This is where we have these conflicts over and over again. So Earth Angels, you are already celebrating your own differences. You're already in a space where you unconditionally love other people, right? So celebrate your own differences, which in turn will radiate out a multifaceted tribe, people that come from all different thought patterns, all different races and colors and languages, and I mean it's such a beautiful thing. So Earth Angels, this is kind of like what we're renewing, this unconditional love just by being you. All right, so I've spoken a lot. I don't know where we are in time here, but it's about ready to wrap up. So what is your message of abundance? Doing all this, right? Making adjustments. What message of abundance does the universe have? Let me see. The animal kingdom. Let me see. Let me set an intention. Okay, yeah. What's your message for abundance? As you're working towards all this energies and making these adjustments and celebrating love and doing your inner work, what will be the benefit? What will you receive from that? Is that what I want to say? Yeah, basically, what's the overall message? That being said, what's the overall message? Sorry about that. Don't you think it's amazing how my throat and my nose made it? No sneezies. Thank you, Raphael. All right, let's see here. Extraordinary. Yes. The peacock. The peacock animal medicine loves, I believe the male loves to spread his feathers and show off his colors. Show off your differences. Show off your magical energy through the energy of love. Reignite that energy on the planet by doing something different. You're extraordinary. Please, I hope you can take a moment and just sit with that. You are extraordinary. And remember, the peacock fluffs his feathers and shines because he has a uniqueness to his beauty that he wants to show off. So it says, there's a wild and impetuous uniqueness to you that deserves to be honored. Yes. I feel like that's the mic drop. Boom. There you have it. Beautiful messages of love this week. You are extraordinary. I hope you feel that in your heart. I hope you feel it in your solar plexus. I hope it makes your shoulders go back and that energy of love radiate out. And remember, you don't have to do anything. Really, when you're in that space and saying, yes, this feels good. I want to feel more of this. Bring me more teachers. Bring me more guides. Bring me more experiences. Bring me more energies like this or something even better. And then that's where, like magnets, you kind of draw these energies into you. So, which will also, as we started the reading, create more freedom in your life. So many of us, especially Earth Angels, are stepping out of the linear masculine world. I think I've said this in other videos. So New York is a masculine energy, right? Hawaii is a feminine energy. If you think about these islands people go to, they go for leisure, they go for flow, they go for like to be connected with nature. People go to New York, let's say, to grow something, whether they go to the financial industry or they go to the real estate industry or the big corporate worlds and the companies, and there's always work to do. A lot of earth angels are really outgrowing those spaces, tapping into this other vibration of flow and movement. And I have to say, for earth angels, that was the gift of the 2020 pandemic, was for us to be able to have this bridge out of the grind, the hunt, like lack of time, lack of energy, constantly spinning our wheels, and being able to pull back and take a break and reboot and renew. And so now with the gift of the Lunar New Year, the Chinese New Year, I always say that's when my new year begins. That's where I feel like the word that I declared for the month of January starts to take form. And if you didn't see other videos, my word this year is passion. So I think you can feel and feel the energy of my passion in this work and the messages. It's just very empowering. So anyway, I'm going to stop there and close space. So we want to be Hawaii. We want to be in this space of being able to flow with the universe and listen to the divine and be guided to take inspired action. And I know that's going to be repetitive this year, and we're going to say it in many, many, many different ways to support you. So let me close space thanking all your guardian angels and guides, the archangels, the ascended masters, the divine mother and father, and all their holy beings of light that assist with his guidance, especially the animal kingdom and the animal medicine, especially the dove that gifted us, and the peacock that showed up, and then I don't know, whatever that fish is. It looks like some kind of shark. And the unicorn showed up here. So, and I'm gonna ask that any healing that was started continue for as long as it needs to be done. And so it is. All right, friends. So my office is still closed, so I'm still doing online work. If you feel like you're ready to maybe kind of get some spiritual support, maybe you're willing to or ready to kind of make a commitment and make some spiritual changes in your life, my coaching is available. I always say start with a combo session. I have a combo session that it's a 90-minute session that can include mediumship, messages from your loved ones. It can include messages from the angels, and it will also get into your life path numbers and the number of the cycle that you're in this year. And we just kind of break everything down. So if you want to just start somewhere, that information is in the description box below. So thank you so much for showing up. Another thing is, I think YouTube is making some changes again. So if you want to see these videos on a regular basis, I am going to add in at some point soon. I do have some work that I'm doing behind the scenes. I am planning on adding in an additional reading for the week. And I'll tell you more about that as it comes. So, if you really like this channel, subscribing and hitting the notification bell, that's really the only way you're going to consistently know that there are new videos coming out. So that like button, subscribe, notification bell, all the things, I'm sure. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your comments. Thank you so much for your support. I love you. God loves you so much. Trust in the divine. Trust your intuition. And I send you love with heavenly hugs. Bye for now.